If you're over 70 or even approaching that age, you've probably noticed how life starts to feel different. Your body changes, priorities shift, and the little things that once seemed manageable now feel overwhelming. But here's the truth. Stress doesn't have to be part of your golden years. In fact, many people unknowingly carry habits, thoughts, and routines into their later years that keep them stuck in cycles of tension and anxiety. These stressors don't just affect your mood, they can shorten your lifespan, weaken your immune system, and steal joy from your days. Take Margaret, a vibrant 73-year-old who loved gardening and spending time with her grandchildren. Despite her active lifestyle, she often felt weighed down by cluttered spaces, strained relationships, and nagging self-doubt. It wasn't until she decided to declutter her home, set boundaries with toxic family members, and practice positive affirmations that she noticed a profound shift not just in her mental clarity, but in her physical health as well. Margaret's story isn't unique. Countless seniors have transformed their lives by identifying and removing sources of stress. In this video, we're diving into 5 things you need to remove from your life right now if you want to live stress-free after 70. These aren't just random suggestions, they're backed by science, psychology, and real-life experiences of seniors who reclaimed their peace and vitality. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to create a calmer, healthier, and more fulfilling life in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Stay with me until the end, because the last item might surprise you. It's something almost everyone overlooks, but has a profound impact on mental and physical health. Are you ready? Let's get started. Thing 1. Clutter in your home. Think about the last time you walked into your living room or opened a closet. Did you feel calm and organized, or did you feel overwhelmed by piles of stuff? If it's the latter, you're not alone. Many seniors hold on to items out of nostalgia, habit, or fear of letting go. But clutter isn't just an eyesore, it's a major source of stress. Studies show that excessive clutter increases cortisol levels, the stress hormone, makes it harder to focus, and even disrupts sleep. Why clutter builds up? Over the years, we accumulate things, gifts, memorabilia, clothes, books, and before you know it, your home becomes a storage unit instead of a sanctuary. For many older adults, decluttering feels daunting. Maybe you think, what if I need this someday? Or, this reminds me of my grandchildren. While these feelings are valid, holding on to unnecessary items creates chaos in your environment and in your mind. Let me share a story. Helen, a 76-year-old retiree, had lived in the same house for over 40 years. Her attic was filled with boxes of old photographs, unused kitchen gadgets, and clothes she hadn't worn in decades. Every time she tried to clean, she felt paralyzed by indecision. Finally, her daughter suggested they tackle one box at a time. As Helen sorted through her belongings, she realized how much weight she'd been carrying, not just physically but emotionally. Letting go of items that no longer served her freed up space in her home and her heart. How clutter affects you. Physical impact. Too much clutter makes spaces harder to navigate, increasing the risk of falls and accidents. Mental impact. A messy space overwhelms the brain, making it harder to relax and focus. Emotional impact. Clutter often represents unfinished tasks or decisions, which can weigh heavily on your subconscious. For example, James, a 71-year-old widower, struggled with piles of mail and unpaid bills on his dining table. Each day, he avoided looking at them, telling himself he'd deal with them later. But the growing pile became a constant reminder of his procrastination, leaving him feeling guilty and anxious. When he finally sat down to sort everything, he discovered that most of it could be shredded or filed away. The relief he felt was immediate and transformative. What to do instead? Start small. Pick one area, drawer, a shelf, or a single room and begin sorting through items. Ask yourself, have I used this in the past year? Does this bring me joy or serve a purpose? Could someone else benefit from having this? Donate unused items, recycle what you can, and toss anything broken or expired. As you clear physical clutter, you'll notice a surprising shift in your mental clarity and emotional well-being. A tidy home isn't just aesthetically pleasing, it's a foundation for peace. Thing 2. Toxic relationships. As we age, relationships become even more important, but they also require careful evaluation. Not all relationships are healthy, and some may actually drain your energy and add unnecessary stress to your life. Whether it's a demanding friend, a judgmental family member, or an acquaintance who constantly complains, toxic relationships can take a toll on your mental and physical health. Recognizing toxic relationships. Toxic relationships come in many forms. The critic, someone who constantly criticizes or belittles you. The energy vampire, a person who always needs attention or support but rarely gives back. The drama queen, king, someone who thrives on conflict and pulls you into their chaos. Take Sarah, a 78-year-old grandmother who found herself dreading weekly calls from her sister. Her sister would complain endlessly about her own life without ever asking how Sarah was doing. Over time, these conversations left Sarah feeling drained and resentful. Eventually, she decided to limit their calls to once a month, focusing instead on nurturing relationships that brought her joy. Why it's hard to let go. For many seniors, maintaining connections is crucial for avoiding loneliness. You might worry that cutting ties will leave you isolated, but staying in unhealthy relationships does more harm than good. True friendships uplift, inspire, and nurture, not deplete. What to do instead? Set boundaries. If a relationship is causing stress, limit contact or communicate openly about how you feel. Surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you and contribute positively to your life. Remember, quality matters more than quantity when it comes to relationships. Sometimes, saying goodbye to toxicity opens the door to deeper, more meaningful connections. Thing 4. Unhealthy eating habits. Food plays a vital role in how we feel physically and mentally. Yet many seniors fall into unhealthy eating patterns, either due to convenience, lack of appetite, or misinformation. Processed foods, excessive sugar, and skipped meals can wreak havoc on your health and exacerbate stress. Common culprits. Processed snacks, chips, cookies, and frozen meals might be easy, but they're loaded with preservatives and unhealthy fats. Excessive sugar. Sweets provide temporary comfort but lead to energy crashes and inflammation. Skipping meals. Irregular eating habits disrupt metabolism and nutrient absorption. Take Mary, a 72-year-old widow, who relied on microwave dinners after her husband passed away. She told herself it was easier than cooking, but over time, she noticed a drop in her energy levels and frequent stomach aches. With guidance from a nutritionist, she began preparing simple, wholesome meals. Within weeks, she felt revitalized, proving that small dietary changes can yield big results. The impact of poor nutrition. Unhealthy eating contributes to fatigue, weight gain, weakened immunity, and chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease. It also affects mood, leading to irritability and heightened stress levels. What to do instead? Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods. Fresh fruits and vegetables. Lean proteins like fish, chicken, or beans. Whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, or oats. Healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and olive oil. Meal prep can simplify healthy eating. Cook large batches of soups, stews, or casseroles that you can freeze and reheat. Staying hydrated is equally important. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. When you fuel your body properly, you'll feel more energized, focused, and resilient against stress. Thing 5. Resistance to change. This final point might be the most surprising, but it's also the most transformative. Many seniors resist change because it feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar. Whether it's adopting new technology, adjusting routines, or embracing a slower pace of life, resistance creates unnecessary stress. Why we resist change. Change is inherently uncertain, and uncertainty triggers fear. You might worry about failing, looking foolish, or losing control. But resisting change keeps you stuck in outdated patterns that no longer serve you. Take George, an 80-year-old man who refused to use a smartphone despite his children's insistence. He feared it would be too complicated. But after attending a beginner's tech class, he discovered how easy it was to video call his grandchildren and access online resources. Embracing change enriched his life in ways he never imagined. The benefits of embracing change. Growth. Learning new skills keeps your brain sharp and boosts confidence. Adaptability. Being open to change helps you navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. Joy. Trying new activities or hobbies introduces fresh excitement into your routine. What to do instead? Start small. If you've been hesitant to use a smartphone, take a class or ask a tech-savvy grandchild for help. If you're reluctant to exercise, try gentle activities like walking or swimming. Be patient with yourself. Change takes time, but the rewards are worth it. Final thoughts. A stress-free life is within reach. Living stress-free after 70 isn't about perfection, it's about progress. By removing clutter, toxic relationships, negative self-talk, unhealthy eating habits, and resistance to change, you create space for peace, joy, and vitality. Each step you take toward simplifying your life brings you closer to the stress-free existence you deserve. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share which of these 5 things resonated most with you. Are you ready to make a change? Your thoughts inspire us to keep creating content that empowers and uplifts. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. Together, we can build a community of seniors thriving in their golden years. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.